Today's video, I have someone who has started his own broker company. He's been in the industry for about 4 years. His company's based in Miami. He is the CEO of Sourcify Lending. This is Abel Fernandez. Abel, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks, Shane, for bringing me on.
For
Finally, a
sure.
pleasure speaking with you and meeting you face to face with you know, the
Yeah.
podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you. And it's, we've kind of communicated over, social media for a little bit, and it was great that you wanted to join me. And we're going to talk about some good things. I'm excited to have you on to
Thank you.
where, we're going to talk about, your background in the industry, how long you've been in, and your path, what you're up to now, and then how you go about generating leads, your sales and marketing process. And then we'll talk about the industry a little. So,
Absolutely.
let's talk about, yeah, just first, your path in the industry.
Well, my story is pretty unique. I was actually a digital marketing consultant for about 7 years. I had started in about 2016, 2017. That's where I got really into the tech side of just, very big on sales. Been on many call centers and sales floors. So I'm a very big advocate of sales and cold calling, email marketing. So I started working for a digital marketing agency, got really good at lead gen. I felt like I needed to switch gears a little bit. This was about 2018.
Hmm.
Then I went and found an opportunity over in Sunny Isles. I saw you guys interviewed. Shout out to Uplift Capital. They were the first funders that I actually worked for. I started with them. Mike Massa, shout out to Mike. They gave me an opportunity
Sure.
to go work. That's where I really learned the industry and got a kind of went under their wing,
Okay.
helped provide a ton of value. And again, shout out to them. During the pandemic, unfortunately, due to the crisis, like most brokerages or direct funders like Uplift, they were unfortunately had to let people go. And I was part of the marketing team and the sales at the same time. And
Hmm.
unfortunately, they had to just pause operations. They were just, it's what happened.
Right.
Due to that is what kind of it forced me to open this company. And I'll be honest with you, if that would have never happened, I probably would have still been working with them. Great company. But unfortunately, I got forced into opening up my own due to the pandemic and just haven't looked back since.
Right. And I think I appreciate you sharing that because it's important, people know how
Mhm.
things go when you're kind of put into a place where you gotta, make ends meet or start your own thing. And that's how a lot of good stories on businesses come about. You're really digging and fighting to do things, and you start your own thing and you're off and running. So
Absolutely.
that's good that you're in a place now. Actually, tell me a little bit more about now. What is your business? I mean, you're a business loan broker. What type of products do you offer? And then a little bit more about what's going on now.
So what separates us from most of the brokerages is I'm very big on hyper focusing and niching. That's something that I picked up as being a digital marketing consultant. So
Mhm.
again, my experience was doing SEO, web building funnels, whether it was Google ads, Facebook ads. So I was very hands on, doing that for other businesses.
Mhm.
So one thing that I realized is I focused on just sticking to one niche. So the majority of our customers are pretty much construction.
Okay.
That's what we mainly focus on. So the majority of our clients are construction. So we cater to that niche, whether it's specialty trade. We just felt it was a better industry for us to just kind of target, especially when you're starting up. That's something that I recommend to anyone starting out. Try to focus on a niche. I see
Mm.
a lot of people spraying and praying, and you're trying to deal with too many funders, and some of these industries don't fit in someone's box, and then you just have to you have to be very very strategic, and again, that takes time to really build that out. So what I figured was, I'm like, what, let me just focus on one industry and
Mhm.
let me just deal with funders that really work with these industries. So, I know I work with some funders that they only cater to, construction is their favorite industry.
Right.
So now I know that whenever, I can always send out to them. And I know there's funders that they don't like construction. So I know that I can't really work with those guys right now. So
Yeah.
that's what's helped me, stay afloat and stay in business. We have a small team. I'm a big believer of team building.
Mhm.
We have a couple reps, assistants, people helping with back office. And as the industry is getting better, we're just scaling out little by little.
Okay. Okay. That's a really important piece as far as focusing on a certain niche. I think there's a lot of newer brokers or even some that have been around for a while, they may want
Mhm.
to, dive into certain niches, especially at the beginning, though, for sure.
Right.
Um, okay, so then tell me about more of your lead generation, tactics and what you do.
Um, I I'm a firm believer of content is king. I see a lot of now funders are getting into this trend of, just like what you're doing, getting people on live feeds or doing podcasting, YouTube channels, even TikTok. That brings out a lot of credibility and trust when you're dealing with the merchant, as opposed to some random cold call. There's no face behind it. It's just a landing page, not too much information, no YouTube channel. I what how where I see this industry going is just similar to like how real estate, right? You know how
Mhm.
the real estate broker now, like Ryan Serhant. I'm sure we all know who he is.
Sure.
He's a you know he so I am trying to position myself as a face in this business brokerage industry
Right.
because that's where I see the industry going. People are going to now be faces just like the real estate broker. Now, to become a real estate broker, you have to be a face. You have to be very well known. You got to be on a reality show. You have to be a personal brand, and that's my next thing. Personal branding is definitely the next big thing in this industry if you want to,
Yeah, I would.
dominate.
Right. I would agree with that. The personal branding, I mean, it's evolved with the different platforms, the different technology and everything else. So it's,
Mm-hmm.
as important as anything, right now. Part of the reason why, I started this was to get, more information out there in different venues or different channels. And then, it was like, all right, let's talk to people and talk to people like you to get the word out. I mean, for the industry, for business owners to learn something, and obviously for others within the industry in your shoes, to speak to others that are doing the same things and having the same, challenges in their business. And it
Absolutely.
helps, yeah, it helps. The more voices that are out there, just really helps. And certainly it's going to come back to you, and hopefully, deals or whatever other form.
Absolutely, and that goes as well by saying, I'm sure this industry has had a bad taste in its mouth because of the industry as a, I guess there's been a lot of unethical practices in this industry. So I believe the content and the personal branding, because once you put yourself out there, you're not hiding behind a computer screen. Like that's it. Now you're, at face value, right? Like now your reputation is on the line. And once you're putting yourself out there, you're a personal brand. Like, hey, I'm the guy to go to for this service. Now you definitely have to make sure you're working ethically with everyone, with the merchants and with your colleagues and funders. So there's a lot of people in
Agreed.
this industry already there is a blacklist. I've seen it. I just don't want to speak about it too much, but there is a blacklist out there for
Okay.
certain people in this industry. There are names on that blacklist of people like that's why before I get calls all the time because I'm a broker, I'm an
Right.
ISO shop, so I get a ton of calls saying, hey, send us your deals, send us your deals, and I'm like, all right, let me first check the list,
Oh yeah. Okay. So that's
like
that's
your list,
both funders, brokers. It's names, almost
right?
not a right. Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
there's because unfortunately, it's a big industry. There's a lot of potential, but it's a small industry at the same time, you know.
Right.
And
Right. Word
word
gets
does get
around. And
absolutely. And Funder Intel is definitely a good name in the industry. I usually go to before I even put any files out. I definitely go. Your site is one of the go tos to
okay.
verify that they're a legit company.
Mm-hmm.
If I see them on there, I'm like, okay, they're legit. Now I'll consider doing business and sending files over.
Glad to hear that. Yeah, we appreciate that. That's part of the the challenge with how kind of the information stays uniform or in all in one place, or you can get, instead of going to 5, 10 different places to find out, all right, this company's contacting me. How do I, get the most information about them?
Right,
So,
right.
okay. With the the industry going the way it is, any other thoughts about what your, plans are for the next year or, or anything like that?
I plan on just being very obviously we're all trying to innovate. I really want to be more towards the tech side of things. Right now I'm kind of wearing a lot of hats. I'm at, sales, doing back office, a little bit of pre-underwriting, vetting files.
Mhm.
But I do plan on partnering up with a bunch of tech geniuses. I do have plans and ideas to innovate this industry as a financial technology company
Okay.
on the tech side of things. Really
Sure.
just innovate the tech side,
Okay. All
make the
right.
process more seamless.
Any big goal? I call them BHAGs, big hairy audacious goal. I've asked some of
Yes.
my previous. Do you have one or
Oh, absolutely,
okay?
absolutely.
What's that?
Scale to seven figures.
Okay.
Hopefully by 2023, we're a seven-figure company, with a good team and good reputation. A really
Right.
good reputation, known, going to events
Right.
and being known, a trusted
Okay.
source, being a trusted source. Yeah,
Good. Okay. Great.
definitely.
Great. Well, for anyone that's watching, business owners alike, and anyone else, you can find Abel at sourcifylending.com. You're on Instagram, right? And LinkedIn,
Yeah,
or what other social media profiles?
yeah. So we're Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but our
Okay.
main platforms are Facebook and Instagram. That's where we're
Got it.
getting the majority, and YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube channel is starting to grow,
Good.
so we're definitely getting there. So,
Okay. And I'll drop your information down below as well. And when we post the video, so they'll be able to contact you for any questions, regarding their business, or if you want to work together with, in any format, let Abel know. And, I appreciate you coming on and taking some
no,
time.
thanks for having me. Thank you for having me. You
Definitely.
know,
Definitely. We'll have to touch base down the line and get you on here again, and
absolutely.
see how that BHAG's coming along. And
Yeah,
we'll
I'm,
go from there.
hold myself accountable to that for sure.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, we
Absolutely.
appreciate it, and we'll talk soon.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
All right.